It's really strange. Like sometimes I feel it happens towards the end of a dream. Um, Sometimes it would be, I'd just be dreaming as normal, and all of a sudden, when I feel like I'm supposed to wake up, I would be paralyzed, just totally frozen, cannot move. And sometimes you feel like you almost cannot breathe, and it's the most frightening feeling you could possibly have. Like it's scarier than a lion chasing you because you feel like you're fighting for your life. Like something's like trying to rip your soul out of your body. So you be sitting there frozen, and you're literally fighting to keep like what's inside you, like your soul, in your body because you feel like a force is pulling it out, and you're screaming inside. And all you want is for it to stop. I used to be a Christian. I used to follow Christianity pretty heavily because my family was a Christian family, and I would say things like "Jesus Christ, make it go away," "Jesus, Jesus, 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 Jesus," and things like that. And it never really worked. For me, it never really worked. Um, what happened anyway? And there were times when I was a kid, living in New Jersey. I was living in a basement, and every night I had sleep paralysis almost every single night. I would wake up with my light. I had a light over my bed. It was recess lighting, and it would be turned on when I woke up. I would wake up like out of like a nightmare though, and I would feel a presence, like something was there, and my light would be on, my skin would be crawling, and I'd be extremely scared. But I was in this this pattern, so deep into this pattern that I felt like this was my normal life, like this was what things are. It depends on each occurrence is slightly different. It depends on what it is. Um, One time I was in Hawaii shooting American Eagle, and when I had the sleep paralysis this time, and I wasn't even by myself, I was rooming with someone else who was in the bed next. We had two full size beds, and he's on the other side of the room. And I had an experience then where I'm dreaming, and I felt like, well, what happened in the dream, I was interacting with a spaceship and reptilians there, and I was like almost like joking around with them, like laughing, and they like punished me in a way, like giving me sleep paralysis, like giving me that paralysis. Like I couldn't move. I was screaming my head, and I felt like they were going to fucking kill me. Electric white blue light, and I was frightened out of my mind. I was floating in the air, screaming like just like, and all I wanted to do was make it stop. And I don't know quite what it was, and there was a friend of mine who was there in this dream state as well. If it was, I don't know what state, it's a hypnagogic state, dream state. I'm not sure what to call it, but they were there too, and they were screaming, just like blood curdling, screaming the whole time. And I came out of that one, and I woke up. Just woke up just scared as hell. I didn't know what to make of that.
Do you remember the first time?
The first time it happened? I mean, it's been happening to me since I was a toddler, at least, probably even a baby. Um, when I was a small child, when it happened, I would go into dreams, and I would kind of feel like there was just entities there that were like kind of taunting me, and like kind of clownish kind of things, and it wasn't quite the strong sleep paralysis. I wouldn't have it so strongly as I would have it when I became a little older. I would have weird like paranormal experiences when I was a small child, but it wasn't quite the same frightening, like something's trying to pull my soul out. It was a little different. That started to happen probably into my early teens, maybe like 10, 11. That's when like the severely frightening sleep paralysis started to happen. When I was a little kid, I used to like, I used to see like things walking in a hallway, and I see my teddy bears used to, their eyes would glow. I watched I had something called a hoppy horse, and I would look down on it because I used to sit up at night. I was a strangest kid. I used to just stay up at night all night. Sometimes I just wouldn't sleep because I was either too afraid to sleep or I was just observing things. And I had a hoppy horse, and I literally watched it change, like morph before my eyes into my stepdad, like looking at it, and I started screaming. My mom and my parents came to see what's going on, and I was just like, "Oh, hoppy horse changed into you." Like, it's kind of funny in hindsight, but at the same time, back then, it was real to me. There was something about it that wasn't real. I watched like shadow beings like walk through my hallway, and I watched them kind of stand there, and for hours I watched them. Um, even even as an adult, they would still come around. Another time I had, uh, I wasn't. This wasn't sleep paralysis. I was doing astral projection. I had it being as I rolled out my body. I looked over to my left where my door was. I was living in Harlem at the time, and my own apartment there. And this was a very skinny, shadowy figure. He was probably like around 6 foot tall, very shadow, very like just skinny, almost like alien type of skinny. And but there was no like physical features, just like a shadow being. And once I noticed him, he knew that I noticed him. He got scared of me, and he ran out of my room, and I kind of like chased him down. And from then on, I kind of became very frightened of astral projecting because I just didn't know what was going on there.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, making the cutest that I've ever seen. Keeping the world that I'm not a rover, then tell him that my lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Yeah, I feel like your pineal gland is it's a doorway to other dimensions, other realms, and once you learn to use that as your sight instead of your physical two eyes in front of your face, you could see things that are always there that you couldn't see before. Um, and add another thing in there. When I was a little bit younger, even into my early 20s, I I would have things in my room move. Like let's just say I'm sleeping, and I would have like the remote control move from here to underneath my back, beneath my covers when I woke up, or like a piece of clothing move. I wasn't sure if I was causing that or if there was with like some kind of telekinesis. I'm not too sure, or if it was something else causing it. But it would like severely freak me out. But that doesn't really happen anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why it happened. I don't know why it stopped.